once again, Colonel Spoken English and Personality Development and Colonel's Multimedia. This is my second presentation. I hope you watched the first presentation and liked it. I'll pick up the threads from where I left last time. I'll reiterate once again. The aim of this course is to prepare you for a job interview. Job interview, a turning point in your life. Job interview, a question of your career. Job interview, a question of your livelihood. Job interview, an acid test of your personality. Some of you have faced a job interview. Some of you have never faced a job interview. But the biggest problem that you face is when you face a job interview, you are nervous. Whether it's your first interview or 10th interview, there's always an element of nervousness. When you face a job interview, you face two main problems. Firstly, the interview is in English and not in Hindi. And secondly, you are nervous when you're facing a job interview. Because you're nervous, you don't give your best performance. You're nervous because you go with the mindset, Hey Prabhu, agar main select nahi hua, to mera kya hoga? So that is why I always advocate to my students, when you go for a job interview, go with the mindset, tu nahi aur se. You'll give your better performance. Now because you're nervous, when the interviewing officer asks you a question, you're not listening to him carefully. Because you're not a good listener, you ask him to repeat the question. The moment you say, repeat the question, it's a negative aspect of your personality. Remember, this is your first impression. There are occasions when he asks you a question, you don't understand the question. Why? Because of lack of vocabulary and comprehension. There are occasions when he asks you a question, although you have understood the question, you don't know where to start the sentence from. For example, you utter out the subordinate clause first and the principal clause later. If you do that, it shows your poor schooling and poor environment. There are occasions then when you start giving the answer to your question, you commit grammatical mistakes. Here again, it is a negative aspect of your personality. There are occasions when you give an answer to a question, you don't know the right word. Resultantly, you use an inferior vocabulary or you switch over to Hindi. Resultantly, half the sentence is in English and the second half is in Hindi. This is not your problem. This is the problem of the whole country. Half the sentence is in English and half the sentence in Hindi, and you proudly proclaim that you know English. There are occasions when he asks you a question, you don't understand the question, and you ask him to repeat the question in Hindi. If you do that, your interview is over. Thank you, you can go. Next candidate, please. So use of Hindi is a negative aspect of your personality in a job interview. Now, if I'm preparing you for a job interview, I realize the amount of responsibility on my shoulder. I'm preparing you for a competition. Job market is highly competitive. Out of thousands of candidates, only one is selected. So I have to make sure that you're that one out of thousands. If that be so, you have to have very good communication skill. So I will teach you good English and not bad English. I will teach you the kind of English which is spoken in our everyday lives. I will teach you the type of English which is spoken by Britishers. Remember, I have been trained in England. I was educated in Great Britain. So I will teach you British English. So, we have to teach you the kind of English which is spoken worldwide. So what is good English? What is bad English? Kindly listen to the 8 cardinal principles of my institute. I never lose sight of them when I am coaching you. Aim to teach you good English. You speak good English because you don't suffer from hesitation. That is why I make you to stand in front of the class and speak. You will overcome your hesitation within 2 days. So, you speak good English because you don't suffer from hesitation. You speak good English because you are more fluent. You speak good English because you are more confident. You speak good English because you have a smiling disposition. You speak good English because you are not committing grammatical mistakes. You speak good English because you are using the choicest vocabulary. You speak good English because your pronunciation is flawless. And last but not the least, and the most important of it all, you speak good English because you are expressing your emotions in your dialogue. There is life in your dialogue. The dialogue delivery happens to be the most important aspect of your communication skill and hence your personality. Dialogue delivery. Never heard of it. Oh my God, I came here to learn English. I've never thought that I'll be taught dialogue delivery. Now I reiterate, dialogue delivery happens to be the most important aspect of your communication skill and hence your personality. Unless there's life in a dialogue, nobody will listen to you. Unless there's life in a dialogue, nobody will pay attention to you. Unless there's life in a dialogue, you cannot lead a team. Unless there's life in a dialogue, you cannot motivate a team. Unless there's life in a dialogue, you cannot convince a customer. Unless there's life in a dialogue, you cannot sell a product because you've not expressed your emotions sufficiently to promote that product. Unless there's life in a dialogue, you cannot give a presentation. And last but not the least, and the most important of it all, unless there's life in a dialogue, you cannot be selected in a job interview. When we speak in Hindi, we express our emotions.
Bogembo, खुश हुआ.
But when we speak in English, our dialogue is devoid of emotions.
ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਟਲ 'ਚ ਜਾਣਾ ਉਸਕੋ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਹਾਈਲੈਸਟ ਇਨ ਜਿਸ ਹੋਟਲ ਜਿਸ ਮੇਜ਼ਸ ਚਿੰਟ ਹਾਊਸ ਆਈ ਜਸਟ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਓਕੇ.
I'll give you an example. For instance, मम्मी बहुत भूख लगी. Obviously, you're hungry. मेरा पैसा कब वापस करेगा? Obviously, you're angry. हाय यार, आज कितनी ठंड है यार. Obviously, you're uncomfortable. Darling, मैं तेरे से बहुत प्यार करता हूँ. It is evident you're expressing love. हमको जब पत्थर भी पड़ रहे होते हैं, हम अपना लहजा नहीं भूलते. पत्थर पड़ रहे हैं और कहती है हाय कोई पत्थर से न मारे मेरे दीवाने. So when you speak in Hindi, you express your emotions, don't you? But what happens to you when you speak in English? There is no life in your dialogue. And I dare say with pride, my institute is probably the only institute in India which teaches you dialogue delivery. Because I know the importance of dialogue delivery being an army officer. Unless there's life in my dialogue, can I lead my men into the battlefield? अगर मेरे dialogue में जान नहीं है, क्या लड़ाई के मैदान में मैं अपने सिपाहियों का नेतृत्व कर सकता हूं? Is that important? So dialogue delivery is taught in my institute. How? I'll give an example. Two students will stand in front of the class and deliver the dialogue from a chart. The whole class can read the chart because everybody's turn has to come. So this is a piece of dialogue where two students will stand in front of the class. The name of the boy is Mike and the name of the girl is Celia. Celia has just been to Japan on a vacation and Mike is asking her questions as to how she has spent her vacation in Japan. I'll go through this dialogue. You please watch my volume. You watch my pauses. You watch my rising and falling intonation. You watch how I vary my pitch. You watch my rhythm. You watch my fluency. You watch how I express my emotions. So this is how the dialogue goes. Hi, Celia. How was your trip to Japan? It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. How long were you there? I was there for 3 weeks. Great. And did you go to Kyoto? Yes. It's a beautiful city. What did you do there? Well, I visited some temples. They are really fantastic. And then I went to a sumo match in Osaka. That was fun. And did you like Japanese food? Yes, I did. But I didn't like sushi. Oh, really? I love it. By the way, do you want to see my photos? Sure. ये तो है मेरी personality है. Remember, when you go for a job interview, the interviewing officer is not looking for a bookworm. वो एक किताबी कीड़ा नहीं ढूंढ रहा है. वो एक ऐसा कैंडिडेट नहीं ढूंढ रहा है जो रट्टा मार के पास हुआ है. वो एक ऐसा कैंडिडेट नहीं ढूंढ रहा है जो जाली सर्टिफिकेट लाया है. He'll carry out his own assessment. So if he is not looking for a bookworm, what is he looking for? He is looking for a future manager. He is looking for a future managing director. He is looking for a future head of the department. He is looking for a man who can lead a team. He is looking for a man who can motivate a team. He is looking for a man who can convince his customer. He is looking for a man who can sell his product. He is looking for a man who can give a presentation of his latest product to a European client. He is looking for a man who can be sent to Germany to secure an import order. That is your market value. Please recognize your market value. It's your ability to convince a customer and sell a product. That's your market value. So, if that be so, your mark sheet, certificate, degree is of no consequence. Take it from me, ladies and gentlemen. If you have good communication skill, if you have a high level of confidence, if you have a smiling disposition, no power on earth can reject you in a job interview. Take it from me on a stamp paper. I've been an interviewing officer myself, so I know the requirement of the corporate world. So, if you want to be selected in a job interview, join my institute. You will never regret the decision. Thank you so much. I shall be meeting you in my next presentation.